Hey there, grade 11s. I'm about to save you a lot of time on your lab. Okay, so just watch this. Just put in the 2 minute investment it takes to save yourself an hour or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so if you want to calculate kinetic energy and gravitational potential energy a whole bunch of times, uh, don't worry about doing it on paper with a calculator. Just do it in a spreadsheet. If you know how to use spreadsheets already, you don't need to watch this. But if you don't, or you are a little bit iffy on it, just watch this. I'll go through this really quickly. So if you want to calculate the kinetic energy for an object at a certain point based on its mass and its speed, then the formula is 1/2 times mass times velocity squared. So all you do, wherever you want to calculate that value in the spreadsheet, you go to that cell, you press equals. That's going to tell the spreadsheet that you're about to do a formula. Then the first thing is 1/2, so 0.5 multiplied by the mass. Instead of actually writing in the mass, you just need to click on the cell where the mass is, then multiplied by velocity squared. So once again, click on where the velocity is, then we need to square that, which is hat 2. The hat is exponent, and that's it. 1/2 times mass times velocity squared. Press enter. Then for the rest of the rows, all you have to do is take this, go to the bottom right corner of the cell, drag it down. Voila, it does all of them for you. And I'm just going to prove that it's doing it correctly. So this first formula here, you can see that it's using the mass and the velocity from the first row. If I go down to the next formula, the spreadsheet has automatically moved those references down to the next row. So it's using the correct mass and speed, even though we only put in the formula that one time and then we dragged it down. When you drag the formula down, it automatically drags these cell references down along with the formula. So it's using the correct mass and speed values. Okay, gravitational potential energy, same concept, slightly different formula. Equals mass, which is that cell there, times gravity, which is 9.81. Although in your lab, you may have gone to a different planet or something. So just be careful about your G value if you change the G value in your simulation. Mass times gravity times height, which is right here. And once again, drag it down to the bottom. And here are your kinetic energy and gravitational potential energy values. And if you want to find total energy, well, I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can probably figure that out yourself. It's pretty easy, but you can make yourself a nice little column for total energy, put in a formula. You don't even have to do that calculation. You do have to show one example calculation for each type of calculation you're doing by hand, but that's not very much. 1 out of 10, you know, 90% of the work you can do here in the spreadsheet. Okay, so I hope that helps.